welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name is Beatrice. I do a bunch of style and lifestyle type of content, and what I'm most known for is my stylist internship video. That one is like the most popular. People ask so many questions about the job and everything that goes into it, so I figured I would make this video with my top tips to be like the best intern or assistant stylist. Most of these tips apply to both, a little more to interning, because assisting you get a little bit more responsibilities, but when you're just getting into the industry, you'll for sure be an intern, which is totally fine. Get the experience. But I just wanted to share like my experiences and some of my top tips for you guys. So I have my notes. I have a list of 8 tips, and then I have a question that a nice subscriber left for me under one of my other videos, so I will put that in the end. But let's just get into this video. I'm kind of in a like casual setting. I've been delaying making this video because I hate setting up like a whole thing of it being really professional. I just feel like nervous and awkward in front of a camera, so I hope you guys don't mind my casual setting in my bed, but I figured it's all about the information, right? Anyways, so my first tip is to be an over communicator, but also independent. And what I mean by that is there are no stupid questions, but don't ask a question that you can easily look up. So like, for example, there were many times where I would have to go to a specific store to return something, and there could be like 2 different locations of the same store. Sometimes it matters which store you return stuff to. So that would be a question to ask. It'd be like, does it matter what store I go to? Is there a specific store you need me to return something to? But don't ask, where's the store? You know, it's way better to ask like too many questions than guess and be wrong, and then either you have to go back and fix it or the stylist has to go back and fix it. You just don't want to deal with that drama and that mess. And you can ask like confirmation type of questions. So if you're not sure what the location is, look it up and then be like, okay, is this the right address? Instead of saying, what is the address? You did the work, you put in the effort, you were showing like initiative, but you're still asking to confirm if this is the right one or if it matters what the right one is. I feel like stylists really appreciate you like being your own person, and they want somebody that will help them instead of hinder them. So don't ask like questions you can easily look up, but don't be afraid to ask questions to confirm so that you know you're doing what you're supposed to. Second, you cannot, under any circumstances, be a fan. You just can't do it. They will never work with you ever again if you go into the room and there's this A-list celebrity and you start fangirling and freaking out and asking them for a photo. Literally, oh my gosh. You will never work for them again, and they will probably, if somebody asks like, oh, should I hire this intern or assistant, they probably will tell them no. Like, celebrities are regular people just like you and me. Yes, they have done something really dramatic to make them that famous, but they're still regular people, and that's how they want to be treated. You know that usually like celebrities hate paparazzi, they hate all that extraness, they want to be treated like a normal person. So make sure that you do that. Don't be fangirling all this crazy stuff, but also like don't be too friendly. Like, you're just an intern, so know your place. Don't go up and like have a full-blown conversation, but if they speak to you, speak back in a friendly manner. Like, just be kind of chill and do your job first, and then like if you're helping them like change or something, like be nice. Don't be like a robot and like scary. Just be chill. Just act like they're a normal person and everything will be fine. Okay, so this one is a little different depending on where you live. I live in LA, and one of the most important things when you're an intern is to have a large car, because you will be doing lots of pickups and returns and just driving all over the city. You need a large car. If you're in New York, it's different. I've never lived in New York. I haven't interned there or anything, but you have to know like the subways and all that and how to get places, because from what I've heard, like the traffic's terrible, so driving just really isn't an option. And you have to be kind of physically fit for both locations, because if you're in New York, I'm pretty sure they carry around like huge trunks of clothes, and that clothes are so heavy. You don't realize how heavy they are until you have like 5 bags on one shoulder. So you have to be physically fit. And in LA as well, because when you're doing all these returns, like if you guys saw my first internship video where I did like a day in my life, my cart was like full, stuffed with stuff, and you have to be able to be in some type of shape to like carry those things into the store, out of the store, into your car, into the showroom, into the client space. Like you have to be in some type of physical condition to do that. One of the assistants that I worked under, she did have like a regular, like normal size car, but she obviously couldn't fit as much stuff in it as like my Jeep, my SUV. So it's like, it's not a deal breaker, but it's definitely more beneficial if you have a larger car to fit stuff in. This next one, it is so important. So important. Take pictures of everything. I promise you, there are hundreds of pieces of clothing, hundreds of pieces of jewelry, and you will not remember where the specific ring or the specific t-shirt or dress came from. You won't remember. I promise you, you will not remember. Because day in and day out, you're returning clothes, you're getting clothes in. You need to know where those things came from. Because if you lose a $100,000 piece of jewelry, somebody has to pay for that. Man, I hope it's the stylist. For your sake and my sake, I hope it's the stylist, but you can't lose it. So a lot of times when I interned, whenever we would get new stuff in, we would document everything. So we would get on Snapchat, take a picture of the clothing item, and then type in where it's from. And then we would just have this list of where all the pieces of clothing were from, where we know we needed to return it from, where the jewelry was from. We would like lay out trays of jewelry, and they would all be from the same showroom. So all these pieces of jewelry, we would take a picture of it, and then we would know these pieces of jewelry are from this one showroom. So when we went to pack everything up, we could put it back in the right bag and know that all those pieces are there. We would know that every single piece is accounted for, which is very, very, very important. And then also what they did was like, a lot of times they would lay out outfits for the celebrity. So it was kind of like a personal shopping type of situation as well. So we would lay out the outfit that we made for them, and then we would take a picture of that entire outfit. If we know where all the pieces of clothing are from, we can make like a little document, like list out where everything is from in their little outfit, so they can go back and put the outfit back together again. And then we also know like what they kept. So when we go back to return stuff, we know, oh, okay, this shirt is missing because so-and-so decided to keep it. Just keeps things very organized. And it's also, you can't just remember like what brand it was, because if you shop at like a department store like Saks, they sell hundreds of brands. So you can't just be like, this is so-and-so. You have to be like, this is so-and-so from Saks. Or just Saks in general, if you just return everything back to there. Another good one is you have to be quick. Like when you're returning clothes or jewelry or whatever you're returning, or even doing pickups, you have to be quick. You can't be dilly-dallying, blah, blah, blah. Let me go sit down, have a whole meal. You need to go do what you're supposed to do, return the stuff, and get back quick. Stylists are on such a time crunch every single day. They need somebody that's going to be quick and responsive. Be quick when you respond to their text messages. Be quick when you're doing returns. Be quick when you're doing pickups. Don't take all day to pack things up in your car. This is a job. And a job that requires time that is just not there. So the quicker you are, the more the stylist will really appreciate you. And every single stylist that I worked with, I always made sure that I was very quick with it and very efficient. Every single one of them was like, wow, you did that so fast. I really appreciate that. And that's when I would get called back more and more often to do more jobs or to work with bigger celebrities, because they could trust me to do the job efficiently. Okay. Oh, another really, really good tip that I found out was, at least in LA, I'm sure it's for LA and New York, you go to a lot of different showrooms, a lot of different stores, and you want to like save the addresses that they give you, because it's very annoying for a stylist to have to be like, okay, go to the showroom that I already told you about, but you don't have the address, and then you have to ask again, and it's like, well, why didn't you save it the first time? You just want to avoid them thinking that you're a hassle. So what I did was, every time they would give me a new address, I would save it in my favorites and then type in the name of the showroom. So whenever they would have me do returns, I'd have like 10, 15. You guys saw in the other video. Go watch that other video. It's very, very informative. You would have like 10 different showrooms to go to. And all you have to do in your phone or your GPS, whatever you have, is type in the name of the showroom and it takes you right there. You don't have to Google search the address, and then it's a lot to deal with. You definitely don't want to stress about that stuff when you're driving around, especially in LA traffic. It's insane. So definitely save the addresses in your phone. So you'll be like, that's another thing with like being quick, like efficient, quick, get the job done the best you can. It's also a really big plus that if you like switch different internships with stylists, if you have all these addresses and contacts for all the showrooms that you've been to with one person, and you bring that to the next stylist, that adds value to you, and they'll for sure want to use those addresses and contacts, and that'll just be another reason to keep you around because you bring value to them. This one, days are long. You will work very, very long days from like, who knows? It depends if you're doing like returns or if you're actually on a photo shoot, but be prepared for long days. You want to dress comfortably, but not like a slob. Like a lot of the times, the people that I worked with, you could wear like joggers and like look street style cool with like sneakers and stuff, but you're still like accessorized with like kind of like how I am now. You want to be comfortable, but still like look put together. I don't even think I would want to wear jeans if I'm doing a long day of returns, because I'll be in my car all day long. So like leggings, like just look put together, but know that you're going to be in the car or standing for a really long period of time. And then also always pack like water and snacks, because you'll sometimes get time to eat lunch. Like I don't want to make it seem like you'll never eat, but there were a lot of days where my snacks really saved me because there was a time crunch and we needed to return something by a specific time, or we needed to pick something up by a specific time. And you don't have time to go wait in a drive-through for 30 minutes. You don't have time to go sit down and eat lunch. So snacks will really save you, and it'll also be beneficial with the time factor. But don't feel like you can't eat, but just be prepared to have like very little time to get food. My arm is so tired. I've been talking for like 15 minutes and my hand hurts. Okay. Oh, this is my last tip. Tip number 8. My hand. Ouch. Okay. I'm almost done. Tip number 8 is be careful what you post. A lot of times you have to sign non-disclosures with both the stylist and the celebrities if they're big enough, like, because it's their private lives, and they a lot of times don't want images of them that aren't like, what's it called? Like approved to go out into the public, because that could ruin their image. Or if it's like a shoot that they don't want anything leaked, they don't want stuff out early because it'll ruin like the launch of something new. So my best tip would be like, just have your phone away. Don't be you really shouldn't be on your phone anyways, because you're supposed to be like alert and ready to help whenever they need it. So don't really be on your phone like that unless it's like downtime, you guys are like eating or whatever. But don't be taking like hidden pictures or sneak pictures unless you really want to be like blackballed from the industry, because if they find out that you're the person that leaks stuff, no one would ever want to bring you around their top A celebrity, because that's the stylist client. That's their money, and you're messing with their money. And just as an intern, like, there's so many people that would want to intern and be in your place, so it's not worth the risk. So I would just keep your phone away and kind of just like be in the moment. And like those non-disclosures, I signed one that I would literally, if I leaked something that wasn't like common knowledge to the like rest of the world, I would be sued like up to $1 million. I don't know about you guys, but I don't have $1 million to be given to somebody else, okay? So just like be very cautious about those things. best bet, just keep your phone away. So that was all my tips, but I did want to answer a question that this super sweet subscriber left on my channel. Their username is StarKid12, and she asked like the best ways to find jobs to assist, and like if you go to like specific websites to find those things. So my path, what I did, I took the fashion stylist certification class from School of Style. And basically, after you do the class and you graduate, they enroll you into this alumni program where they email you internships and jobs like weekly. Sometimes you'll get like 5 in a week, and sometimes it'll be like a week or 2 where you don't get any. But it's really just like the stylist, they go onto the website, or their assistants go onto the website, they fill out this form, and then it gets sent to all the alumni enrolled into the program for like internships, assistant jobs, if they just need you like for a day, if they just need you for returns, very like whatever they really need. And you get some pretty big celebrity stylists putting like in requests, because when you go through the school, they know that you like at least know what you're supposed to do on the job, and it's not just like they have to teach you on the job, because like I said before, they're always on a time crunch. Like they want somebody quick and efficient. So if you already know the basis of the job, they're more likely to hire you. But the class is expensive, so if that's not something that you can do, another great option is on Instagram. There's this account called Free Fashion Internships, and sometimes they put like styling internships on there, but they also do like buyers and like designing internships. So if you're just into fashion in general, that's a good place to go. They post those constantly. And then my other best bet is to follow stylists on Instagram. Follow as many as you possibly can, because sometimes when they need help, like last minute, they'll post on their stories and be like, need help from this day to this day, this time, send me a DM or send me an email. And like you can literally be brought on like that, because things are always happening in the styling world where people need help and like more hands. So my best guess would be to follow a bunch of them and like just be constantly checking their stories to see if they need extra help. So you can always like search on Glassdoor, Indeed, and stuff. I did get an styling internship with Lauren Amanda, who was on The Bachelor. I was one of her styling assistants, and I found her through Glassdoor. So you can, but a lot of times the styling jobs are like retail jobs where they just call like the sale associate stylist. So don't fall for those ones unless you really want to work retail. But you can find some on those like job hunting sites, but I would definitely follow stylist and like be alert on that. So that's everything I have for this video. I hope you guys didn't mind like the casual type of setting. I really just get nervous when I have everything like big production. I really want to get this information out to you guys. It's been too long since I did a styling video. So if you like this, if you found it helpful, please give it a thumbs up and a like. Oh, that's the same thing. Give it a like and leave a comment if you have more questions. I would love to do like a whole Q&A video just answering your guys' questions about if you have more questions on how to get into the industry, like my experiences, just any type of question. Leave a question down below and I would love to do a follow-up video answering your questions. So thank you guys for watching if you made it to the end, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.